Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back to the Long Term Podcast. I'm your host, Advin Villa, and today we have a very special guest, hairstylist based out of Hair Inc. Salon in Edmonton, Jordan Sulit. Welcome.
Nice. Good work. You did it.
Thank you. All right, Jordan. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no. So tell me the journey to being a hairstylist based out of Hair Salon Inc. Yeah.
Well, this kind of started like 2 years ago. I decided that I wanted to be a hairstylist. Before that, I kind of knew I wanted to. I was in high school and I took cosmetology for the 3 years and I loved it. I would do people's hair in the basement and I would curl people's hair at home and everything, and I loved it. Yeah,
you would look for clients.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can I do your hair? Can I just do your... You'd be in chem and...
Yeah, I would literally talk about it all the time.
Right.
And, my parents didn't really want me to do that initially.
Right.
So I took 2 years off. Wait, I think that adds up. 2 years off. And then I worked as a bookkeeper for a company, and I did courses for that. Right. But I am definitely not someone who likes to sit and be by myself in an office.
You're more of a people person,
yeah,
right?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm very much a people person. I'm a yapper. I talk all the time.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah.
And so, I took the leap. I went to school at Hair Inc. Academy, which is where I work now. Did the program. It only took me 10 months because I did my cosmetology in high school. And then right from there, they asked me if I wanted to work for them. And right off the bat, I started taking clients and started my apprenticeship.
So what drew you into hair? Because, there's also makeup, there's nails, there's lashes.
Yes.
Don't you also do that?
No, I don't. I wish I did. I wanted to. I looked into it. And I'm still looking into it because this industry is, humongous. There's so many different things you can do. But I think hair is just, I don't know if you remember me in, middle school, but my hair was always super long.
Yeah,
very, very long.
You had
and I, as a kid, I had this hairstyle, actually, this money piece.
Yeah.
I had this in, elementary or junior high. Started in grade 6. I was dyeing my hair, and I loved it. And I think from there, it was just I would style my hair every day. I just love making my hair look beautiful. Why don't I put that on other people? And then when I started doing other people's hair, I'm like, oh, this feels really nice to make other people feel beautiful.
And it's more trial and error too, right? You try this conditioner, you try shampoo. Have you ever gone into incidents where it's whoa, I should not have done that?
Oh, absolutely. When I was in high school, I would box dye my hair. I would not wash it a lot. I would use drugstore products, which I'm not gonna say anything rude about people who use drugstore products, but it does make a difference for your hair.
Okay, so what are the do's and don'ts for hair?
Do's and don'ts, specifically.
Yeah, if I want my hair to be healthy, to look beautiful, what do I do?
Well, I would start with a good shampoo, because a lot of people don't realize that when you get a shampoo from a drugstore, it actually has a lot of sulfates and harsh chemicals in your shampoo. And what happens is it also has a wax in it, so when you wash your hair, it leaves a coating, which is why people's hair gets greasy faster, especially with the conditioners too. It leaves a wax on there. So then your hair will ultimately feel nicer when you use better products, along with your scalp too, because it builds up on your scalp. Washing your hair every day isn't the best thing for your hair.
It's the natural oils.
Yes, because you want to have those natural oils in there, and you can actually train your hair to withstand longer times between washes if you prolong it, I guess. You can go longer without using it. And dry shampoos are really good for that too. I kind of got some of my guy friends to use to stop washing their hair as much, because I know for guys, you guys
we wash it every day.
Every day, and that's fine. But I wouldn't use shampoo every day, I guess.
Okay, it's okay to wet your hair every day.
Yeah.
but not shampoo every day.
Yeah, not shampoo every day. And then if you're shampooing every day, to use a conditioner also. Because what happens when you wash your hair is that your cuticle opens, right? And that's what can cause frizz.
What's a cuticle?
Your hair cuticle. Like one piece of hair is like, it has cuticles on it. Like, and they look like little shingles. Okay.
This is news to me. Yeah.
So when you wash your hair, because of the pH balance in shampoo, it actually opens your cuticle up a little bit. And if you don't close it, that's what makes your hair look frizzy and like dry. So you want to put conditioner on it to close the cuticle back up so that your hair looks smooth.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is news to me. I feel educated.
I know, it's crazy. I went to school or something.
There's a follicles with hair, right?
Yeah.
And like the sebums, I think about sebum, like too much oily hair or oily hair equals too much sebum. Yeah. And how do I get rid of that? Because that's kind of what I run into. I
would say using a deep clean shampoos, because there's different kinds of shampoos that you can get. You can get like a hydrating, whatever, like smoothing, but a power wash or like a deep clean and like scrubbing it really, really good at the root is like the best way to help get rid of what's in there. Because what's probably happening is you have that buildup on there and you haven't been able to get it off, and then it just keeps building and building, and that's why there's like it feels oily all the time, or it just doesn't do what you need it to do.
And then what about people with dry hair or dry skin?
Dry hair, using the hydrate is really, really good. It puts basically puts the, I don't know how to explain it now, like vitamins and stuff back into your hair, and then again, like the smoothing the cuticle is like the really important part for people, especially with like curly hair. They don't realize like why their hair is frizzy or dry. It's because you're not like giving it the treatments it needs to like hold its own and be flat and not have the cuticle stick up.
Cool. And then there's also a mix, right, where it's oily and dry. What about for a person like that?
It's all based on different whatever works for you too. But I would say deep clean is really good for everyone, because then you get those oils out. And then like kind of mixing it up, so you have like your shampoo that is for your like getting all the oils out and making sure everything's really clean, and then you can have your conditioner that's like a hydrate, so that it like rehydrates your ends and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool with shampoos because you can use different ones for different things and still have it work for both.
Cool. Well, that is very important, essential, right? There's guys as well, and I don't know if most guys that I know really don't go. They use one soap for their body.
5-in-1 shampoo.
What would you recommend for a guy who doesn't want to get into all these, the conditioner, different types of shampoos, and then they have to, regulate it, all these things? What would be like a general, very low effort for a man to maintain their hair health?
I would say do not use 5-in-1 shampoo.
Yeah?
Yes.
What's wrong with that?
There's so many things wrong with it. First of all, what is the 5? What is shampoo, conditioner, body wash, what? Detergent? Like, that cannot be good for you. Yeah. I don't know. I would say, like, you can still use drugstore products. I'm not, like, crapping on drugstore, but if you're going to wash your hair all the time, make sure you use a conditioner. And then one thing too is if you have super thick hair, you want to make sure that it's getting all out. Because like for me, before I went to school, my hair would get super greasy in the back, and it was long and thick, right? I wasn't washing it out fully, and that also was causing me to like have super greasy hair because you didn't even rinse it all out. So.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
And do you have a problem with dandruff? Because I know I come into that sometimes. Like, how do you resolve that?
Dry scalp. Honestly, it's the hydrate. I'm gonna keep pushing hydrate, because Yeah, I did have dandruff also, and I found that when I switched over my shampoos from, I've tried a lot. Like, I used to use drugstore ones, and then before I went to school, I found a brand that, like, customized their shampoos and stuff to your hair. But once I switched to what I specifically needed, and I knew that my scalp was dry, I switched to a hydrate, and it really helped. It was, yeah, it helped a lot. I don't know.
That's awesome. So you've done the trial and error, so now you can really extend that to other people who need advice about dandruff, dry skin or dry hair, oily hair. So can you take me to your routine?
My hair routine?
Yeah, your hair routine.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now I'm using a smooth shampoo because the air is like dry out, and well, it's in and out of being warm and cold.
Does a humidifier help?
Yes.
Yeah. I just got one in my room.
Yeah, actually, humidifiers are good.
Yeah.
So I use a smooth shampoo, and then I also use a smooth conditioner as well. It's mainly for frizz. I just find that in the winter my hair gets dry and frizzy, so I use that combo. And then after I shower, I put in a heat protectant.
What's a heat protectant?
Yes.
What is a heat protectant?
Well, it's more for the girls who like have long hair and you're blow drying and styling your hair all the time.
Right.
It basically coats your hair with it's almost like a sunscreen for your hair, I would say.
Oh, really? Against the UV?
Yeah, it actually does get the UV as well.
I know UV is actually very damaging to the skin, even to the eyes, right?
To the eyes, skin, your hair. And people always forget about hair, so like using a heat protectant always, like when I went to Mexico before I went to the beach or something, heat protectant in my hair.
There we go.
Yeah. And then I also use like another sort of treatment cream. It's like a hydrating, almost like a moisturizer for your hair before I blow dry it. And then I always blow dry my hair before I go out or do anything to like kind of close the cuticle a little bit more. And then that's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is quite the routine. And in terms of showering, do you do it every other day? Do you wet your hair?
Yeah, I will, like I shower every day, but I wash my hair, I think like maybe 2 times a week.
Okay.
So every like 3 or 4 days I'll wash my hair. And I use a lot of dry shampoo so that I can withstand like longer days.
And can you explain more of the dry shampoo? Like how does that differ from like a wet shampoo?
You can get it in different kinds, I guess. So you have your aerosols, which is like a hairspray can. You spray it at your roots, and basically what it is like a powder kind of that absorbs the oils, and that's what makes it not look greasy. Right now I'm using a foam, which is really cool, actually.
Wow.
One day I'll send it to you.
Do it. Yeah, please.
It's like this mousse that you put in your hair, and it also absorbs the oils. And actually, I learned this too. Mousse. It's like a mousse.
Okay.
Like, like a, I don't know, like it looks like Cool Whip on your hands.
Okay. And I'm learning so much. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I use a mousse and I put it on my roots, and you let it dry, and then you can like blow dry it too so it sets in. But it makes your hair, not look greasy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you can also use it on clean hair, and that will help also.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And I blow dry my hair all the time before I go to school. Now, is the heat damaging? Like, will I lose my hair? Yeah.
You're not gonna lose. Okay, no.
I'm gonna go bald?
No, you're not gonna go bald. Oh my God, don't say that. No.
Well, that's my hair. I've seen some guys. We know some.
We know
and, like,
some guys.
They're very handsome guys.
Oh,
you know.
I know.
Like, and some of them are great people, but like somebody's got to do it.
At one point, you're just gonna.
I survived. At one point, but some others it's sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
But in terms of protecting your hair before it for hair. What am I talking? I'm thinking about baldness. Protecting your hair from the heat of the. What's the protocol for that?
Using a heat protector is the best. If you don't have a heat protector, that's fine. It can cause damage, but like with you, it's okay because your hair's shorter. It's not like you're gonna. Okay. Because with mine, it will break. It'll still be okay. Yeah. Just don't hold it so super close because like you can burn. Well, you've probably, if you put it super close, it burns your head anyways.
Yeah.
So you don't want to put it super close to your head or anything. And then another thing too that you can do is on your blow dryer, there should be like a cold function.
Okay, so never the heat then.
Well, no, you can use heat, but at the end use the cold, and it'll seal your cuticles back up.
These cuticles, man.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's
the answer to everything is close the cuticles.
So what drew you into this business? Right? Like, I mean, there's a lot of different routes in life.
Yeah.
Right? And did you always know? Because you said your parents didn't really want you to get into it.
Yeah.
But then you finally realized, oh, this is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Is it just you followed one of your idols, or is it just like just working on your hair one day and you realized, oh, this is actually something for me?
Well, it was kind of me sitting at an office desk and being like, this makes me really unhappy, you know? And like for me, when my cousins would come over and they'd be like, cut my hair, and I'd be like, okay, I have so much fun.
Light up your eyes.
Yeah, I'm like literally, okay, I'll do it right now.
This is not work, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So every day that I go to work, it doesn't feel like work because I have so much fun doing what I'm doing.
That's awesome.
And yeah.
And you're great at it. And everybody, you know, I see the pictures of Graham. I remember that time. We have this friend, Graham, and the hearts.
Oh yeah, that was my final project.
And Anthony did that too, right? Yeah. I know I've seen a lot of memorable photos from Jordan's work. But yeah, it's just, you go through life, right? And then you realize that, oh, this job is not for me. And then you remember the times, okay, when have I been the happiest?
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I've realized that with podcasting. I'm like, just even going to school, right?
Yeah.
I worked 2-3 years after high school, so I'm like, screw school. School's not for me, you know, it's for nerds.
Yeah.
And then I realized after working these long hour jobs, and then seeing the people that just seem miserable, and maybe the crowd's not for me as well, right?
Yeah.
I realized that I like psychology, and that's why I've gone to University of Alberta, and I want to do like psychology as a major, and now even podcasting. It's like, what do I like talking to people.
Yeah.
You know, and you said you wanted to start one too, right?
Yeah.
I think you'd be great at it, right? It's like the things that kind of, that creative side, right?
Yeah.
That's where you can kind of really realize, like, express yourself, right?
Yeah.
And how do you get creative when it comes to hair?
Oh my
like,
gosh.
Is that
just like a lot of inspo on
Yeah.
Instagram and stuff. Like I'll see the trends, and I'll see like pictures of some of my favorite hairstylists. I'll see what they do, and I'm like, oh my god, that is so cool. I want to do that.
Right.
And I have a lot of friends because I've picked up barbering a lot now. So I do a lot of men's cuts, and I have some friends in like our little barber community, and I look at what they do.
Sick
and
fades?
Some sick fades, some like art on the side. It's really cool. I love it.
That's
awesome. That's pretty much how I stay inspired, is I'm always on Instagram looking at what's new, what can I do, how can I become that person and be better at what I do.
Do you ever get envious though? Like, wow, like that person gives the sickest fades. Wow, that person gives like the very with girls, what's the thing right now?
What's the thing?
I know for guys it's like fades, right?
Yeah.
It's like undercuts and
Actually, it's coming back to like a taper, but
taper. Really?
Yeah, it's like the
those
faded here and then in the back, but it's still like longer on the top and stuff. That's kind of what's coming in for guys right now. For girls, a lot of like brunettes, which is really funny because for a long time it was like everyone wants to be blonde, and now everyone is like, oh, I want to be darker, low maintenance, you know, no one wants to, well, our economy isn't great either.
Right.
So for people to want to go dark now, it's
expensive.
Yeah, it is quite expensive, and you don't realize that until you're getting your hair done.
Yeah.
So
I have also heard that dyeing your hair is harmful, but I know every girl does it. Like rarely will you ever find a girl that doesn't. Doesn't
dye their hair.
Yeah.
Honestly, if if it's done properly, it's not always harmful. Because basically what you're doing when you're dyeing your hair, like, let's say I want to be blonde and I have these pieces here. You're stripping the pigment in your hair. Which is okay.
Right.
And there's different levels to, like, how much pigment is in your hair. So basically it's like a spectrum. You have your red, which is like the darkest, which is what you and I have.
Right.
Our undertone is red, and then it goes orange, yellow, and then like pale yellow, and then white. And white is where you have literally nothing in your hair. And that's why it can be damaging, because like you don't have that strength in your hair. You don't have all that stuff in your hair.
So it's great that we have black hair then. That's,
well,
you can dye your hair all the time, right?
Yes, you can, but the thing is too, is when you have dark hair and you want to go lighter, it is a process, which is more money. And then because you try and push yourself to get to that point, your hair can like risk that damage too.
And when you say damage, what does that mean? Like, does that mean like when you feel the consistency of your hair, like it doesn't
like
feel...
damaging? You like it will literally break off or melt sometimes.
Wow. Like right down to the follicle, like the
not right from the top, from wherever you put the bleach.
Okay.
So let's say like you because I have bleach in here, so all everywhere. But like let's say I'm bleaching the ends, right?
Right.
And you put a super high developer, which makes it lift.
What is that?
Developer. Okay. So you have your activator and your developer, or sorry, the activator is the developer, but basically it activates the bleach, and that's what creates the lifting of the hair. Okay, wow. Yeah, so when you leave that on for too long and your hair is not strong, it like will melt from here, and like all of this will like just come off. Does that make sense?
Sort of. Yeah. I'm still trying to develop the activator.
Yeah, so you have like your bleach or your powdered stuff.
Right.
And like that alone won't just lift your hair, right? You can't just put powder on your hair and it'll lift. Right. So you have to put the ammonia or like the developer.
Okay, so two things come together.
Yes.
And that's how they kind of create that reaction. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Cool. And then... Yeah, I'm learning so much. Thank you. As a male, I just don't do a lot of these practices, but now I know not to, to put it on cold and not to go too close, to not shampoo every single day. So what's the culture like when it comes to hair and I guess would it be in the self-improvement, self-care industry? Would that be?
I would say sort of. Like a lot of people use it as a like relaxing thing or their treat, it's self-care. But I love the industry. It is very nice, and the people I work with are so great. There's only 4 of us. We're like a little family. It's like these 2 Filipino people and then this Greek lady that I work with. Right. And, you meet so many people when you go to different classes and different events and stuff. And it's like a whole community and everyone knows everyone, which is scary too, because like if you like mess up or something, then everyone knows.
Yeah, everybody knows. They're tight then, the culture. So if you're a hairstylist based out in Edmonton, you're probably going to know someone from another salon. Yeah. And everybody talks?
Not everyone talks all the time or anything, but like if you see them at an event or something, we'll absolutely talk and be like, oh, like, hey, how's it going with your business? Or pretty much the hairstylists meet up at different events and then we all chit chat. And we all follow each other on social media and like hype each other up and stuff.
And does it ever get competitive though? Because of course you got clients, right? And if you know a hairstylist, it means if they have more clients, that means less clients for you. Yeah. Right. So
no, it gets competitive.
Right. So
it is competitive, but like. Depends on how you want to look at it, because for me it's like, yes, it's competitive and I want to be the best and I want to have all these clients, but I'm a firm believer in if you find someone that you like, then you would stay with them. And like if you're in my chair and we don't vibe very well, I'm not going to be that hurt if you like go to someone else who can fit the needs of like how you communicate and how you like your hair done. So it is competitive, yes, and it's hard because you can't please everyone. And especially with like social media now, it's hard because a lot of people will just like, oh, I like this person's one piece, and then people don't realize that you can't just put what's on this person's head on your head. Yeah. And then they get let down, and then they go try different stylists, and it's the same everywhere. We're all just trying our best.
Exactly, because everybody's got different genetics, different hair types, right?
Yeah.
And even different practices, because a big way of kind of the way your hair is even what you eat.
Yeah,
that's a big thing. Like how much you wet your hair on, what kind of shampoo, right?
That's
if you're going to you, like, hey, Jordan, this picture right here, this is going to be my hair, can you please do it? And then they look in the mirror after you've done your best. You can clearly see it on their face, they're unhappy, right? Yeah. Because when I get a bad haircut, I'm like, you could see the tears like, well up in my eyes, like, how do you like it? And I'm like,
great, thank you.
You can see the thank you in your voice. I can't wear a hat now. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with clients that clearly are unhappy or even rude?
I do what I can to make them happy. I do ask before they leave, and I'm a very open person. So I'm not gonna be hurt if you tell me you don't like it. And
I can't ever look at my wife in the face anymore. She's asking me for a divorce.
Yeah. No, I do. Like, actually, I'm like, do you actually like it, or are you lying to me? Because like I can feel people.
You can feel the juju.
Yeah,
the atmosphere.
like their atmosphere. The whole thing changes when someone doesn't like their hair. And then you're like, oh my god, this is so awkward.
You can tell. Yeah.
And like I can't really offer refunds. I'm not the business owner, so I can't do anything. They can get like discounts on their next service or something. Usually people don't take that, obviously. Yeah, if you like fuck up someone's hair, they're not gonna just come back for 30% off. But I do say, like, I'm so sorry that it didn't go your way, or like, it all starts at the consultation, because like at the beginning, if you tell them straight up, like, oh, they want to be bling bling blonde and they have black hair,
right,
you have to tell them, like, it's a process. It's not gonna happen on one try. I don't want you to get your hopes up, blah blah blah. And then usually they're okay. But for some things, like a bad haircut or whatever, you kind of just roll with the punches, lose a client. It happens. And I'm also new to the industry too, so I can't even be that upset about it, because when people come to me, they're told, like, this is a junior stylist, she's learning. I have been doing it for 2 years, so now it's not really like that. But when I first started, it was like, just so you know, she's an apprentice, so like,
so don't get
you can't really be mad.
exactly.
Same with like in hair school too, people would come in and they'd have super high expectations for these students, and you're like, but they're learning. So why are you getting upset at them? You wanted to get it for the cheapest price. Then
so
why would you?
You pay for the price, that you get.
Exactly.
These are students, and they are still learning, and they can make mistakes. You paid a fee for like you get what you get what you pay for.
Literally.
That's. Can you take me to the journey in hair school? What was that like? What did you learn? What's the kind of the greatest lessons there? The people that you met?
Well, I went to school kind of when COVID was dying down. So it was hard because we didn't get a lot of clients in our chairs that year. The school part was fun. Clearly, I talk about it all the time. I just educated you on cuticles for a good long time. What's funny is that I'm not a school person. I've never been a school person.
I had classes with you.
I know, we're not school people. Chem 20, Chem 30.
Oh gosh.
Oh god, physics. Jeez.
Remember Borowski?
Oh my god, yes, social class. I actually got memories of that the other day. No, I'm not a school person. I hated waking up for school, and for going to hair school, I would wake up so early, and I would get ready.
Just that
and
passion in your heart is just.
And it's still like that for work. Like, I get so excited to go to work that I'm up like I'm not a person who gets up early. I hate it. I sleep in all the time.
Yeah.
But when I have something I like to do, I get up and I get there half an hour early because I'm just really happy to be there.
I can see kind of the joy when you talk about hair. I
Yeah.
can see that you're truly passionate and you're truly in the art of it, and you have a big heart for all that is hair and all that is cuticles and follicles and shampoo and dry shampoo. And yeah, definitely. Do you find yourself kind of second guessing this though?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Even though you're passionate about it, right?
Yeah.
You could kind of see kind of what other people say, right? Oh, like even with this podcasting too, a lot of people are like, oh, why do you do that? It's too much, right? But especially with hair, because that you're betting your life on it.
Yeah,
right? Like
pretty much.
So, yeah, how do you get through that now when people doubt you, and even when you doubt yourself?
Well, I don't, because I do get imposter syndrome sometimes.
I get that.
Like,
everybody
all
does.
All the time at work. Sometimes I'm like, do I really, am I good at what I do? I don't know. But then, you get that one person in your chair, and you give them an amazing haircut. And like I've noticed it more with the guys because they don't really care about their hair, right? Like, and you educate them, and then you give them a really good haircut, and then you watch them, and they're like, oh my god,
oh my gosh,
I look so good right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's
okay,
awesome.
maybe I do, like, maybe this is what I really want to do, because...
So it's the joy from seeing, helping other people.
Yeah.
Because you're passionate about it.
Yeah.
And when you share your knowledge.
Yeah.
And then you see kind of come to life, right?
Yeah.
This vision that you have.
Yeah.
And they're going, wow, and then you see that confidence build up.
Yeah.
You've had those guys, right? At the cafe, they come in before the haircut. You don't really feel as confident. But then after, you're like, wow, look at this. They'll finally start noticing me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No,
and,
it's good.
You had mentioned that you work with 2 Filipino girls. And then
the owner of the business is a Filipino guy.
Yeah, right.
His name's David. He's like the best. He has trained me so well. And and then one of my best friends, my coworker, and she moved here in 2018 from the Philippines.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
we went to school together but not in the same class.
Right.
And we both got hired, and yeah, we hang out all the time.
How does that influence you though? Because I know with Filipinos, we like to stay tight.
Yeah.
Filipinos, like if you, I don't know if you got any Filipino viewers, right? Filipinos love to take pride in other Filipinos' work. We just like to stay connected. Now, how does culture play into your life? Like,
it's funny because I'm a quarter white, and I grew up in White Park. As you know.
You've been surrounded by a lot of white kids.
Yeah, and when we went to high school, there was only a couple of us that were like friends with the white kids, Filipino kids. Like we were all halfies.
I think I had I knew you. I was friends with some Filipinos, but I don't know, we didn't really connect. You know what I mean? Like, even the closest Filipino friends that I got was like you and Emil.
That's what I'm saying. It was just you, Emil, and it was funny when we'd go to each other's houses and have pancit or something. I'm like, hell yeah. Anyways, and Jacob Mauricio and Jordan Fleming, like those, they were.
But would you really like? A lot of it, they're white, you can't really tell.
No, I know.
When you meet like an actual Filipino though, like that's actually like still speaks Tagalog and still is within the country, it's different. Hey?
It is different.
Yeah, it's so different.
And I have a lot of Filipino clients too. Like through social media, they find you and then you talk about it, and they're like, "Oh, you've never been to the Philippines?" And I'm like,
"You've never?"
No. That's why I was like so excited for you to go.
What the? You need to.
I know. I know. I'm planning on it.
You should take your business through there.
I
think
know.
No, maybe you could promote it there.
Oh,
you could do a little thing, maybe like for a week you do like free, and then like the plaza or something, you'll do free haircuts or something, get your name across, maybe turn into a vlogger, I don't know.
Vlogging. I'm trying my best to get back into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've never been to the Philippines, and I tell all my clients that, my Filipino girls, and they're like, what? Like, yeah,
You need
I
to.
know.
You need to.
Definitely, I'm going to get there one day.
do you still speak the language at all? Or?
I've never spoken the language.
Do you understand a little bit though? Or?
I'm learning words slowly.
Konti
with
lang?
working.
Konti lang?
I don't know what that means.
It means a little bit.
Oh.
Just a little bit?
No, you know I got the basics like kuya,
right.
ate.
The respectful thing.
Yeah.
Like, salamat.
Yeah.
You know, or,
like, thank you, po. Yeah.
Po? You say po? Po.
Pa. See, I don't even know. That's what I mean. So I don't know. I'm just I'm learning little by little just by working with like Anne and David, because they will speak it to their clients and to each other, and then I'm sitting there like, oh, right, yeah. What are you guys talking about?
Do you ever find like you feel like because I know with some people when they're speaking in like a different language, right? Like they don't feel. You know, they feel like they're talking smack or something.
Well, yeah, sometimes. That's why I'm always like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, no,
what are you guys
really,
talking about
really, yeah, that's how it is.
And the thing about Filipinos, too, is sometimes they're very cliquey. So they actually will talk about you behind your back.
Filipinos love to talk shit.
I know, they're gossipers.
I worked at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And I wasn't the greatest worker. You know, I'd show up late.
As Tony kind of worker?
I don't know how Tony works like, but I would show up late. I'd like vape in the washrooms.
Oh, good.
Like I would, but I'd do my work. I'd think like I did my work.
Yeah.
But then they talk Filipino because I didn't know how to speak Tagalog, right?
Oh, okay.
But I can understand, and they didn't know that.
Yeah.
And they fucking call me snail. They called me snail in Filipino behind my back, or they call me turtle too, pagong.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was so hurtful.
Yeah.
My own people.
Yeah.
You know, instead of being nice to me, they put me down. But I deserved it.
I'm lucky I don't understand what they're saying, and I can't be hurt. Yeah.
No, they're probably not. No one knew that. I don't think they.
No, I don't think they do. It's just, it does suck sometimes not being able to understand them. And I do want to learn. It's not like I've never wanted to learn.
You should. You really should.
Yeah, but they don't have Duolingo for that.
They don't?
No, I tried. They only have like Spanish.
That's tough, man. We need to make a change.
Yeah.
I was even searching up like on for my program at the U of A. I have to do a language for my requirements.
Right.
And they don't have Filipino. You know, and it's like there's so many Filipinos.
I know.
In
all of them go to
Edmonton
the U of
now.
A.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I know.
Yeah.
Which language are you gonna choose?
I think I'm gonna do American Sign Language. I just like really. Sometimes I'm paranoid. Like when when I find something I love, I have fear losing it, and like I work towards it, and I feel like I don't know if you get that with your hair, but like since I love talking to people so much, like I love like friends, family. I just have this thought where like. It's so perfect to me. Like right now, it's great. Like I am having the time of my life. Like I feel like I'm in euphoria.
Yeah.
Right. But the thing with the thing with me is, I fear of losing it. Right.
Yeah.
Like I fear like once I find something good, right. Like I feel like I'm gonna lose it. Like that's why like sometimes I go through paranoia. Like with my voice or my hearing. So that's why I want to learn American Sign Language. So in case that does happen, I could still do some like, you know, like I could get another like a podcast, but like a video form of like American Sign Language. Because I don't know, it's just like a fear of mine.
That is such an interesting fear to have.
Yeah, it's very weird. But I just. But I work towards it.
Yeah,
it's good. It motivates me sometimes.
It's proactive.
Yeah.
You know, if you get older, you like blind.
Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly. I just know how to. Yeah, no, I know the joke with like the only one.
I only know this one.
Yeah, no, exactly. But what about for you? Do you like? What would you do with hair if you weren't doing hair school?
I honestly haven't even thought about it. When I was in high school, I wanted to go into like architecture and like interior design. Yeah, but it was a lot of school I didn't want to do. And then I also thought, because I live in a place like Edmonton and I didn't know if I was going to leave ever. It's hard to become an interior designer unless you're like really, really good or you know people to like actually get paid a lot of money.
Right.
So that was something I thought about doing. I also thought about doing like physiotherapy, and that was when I was playing sports a lot and working out a lot. But yeah, if hairstyling doesn't work, I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom maybe. I don't know. I could.
Speaking of that, do you plan to be a mom one day? Is that something?
I would love to. I basically take care of my friends like they're my kids.
You're basically a mom.
I'm basically a mom. I have like 10, 20-year-olds, 23-year-olds.
That's awesome.
Who call me mom already.
I've seen those vlogs. Like, you take good care of them.
I do. I try my best. Yeah. They're my favorite people ever. And they all like always call me mom now.
Really?
Yeah, they like actually will be like,
you be
Mom.
in public, your friends that call you mom?
Yeah, well maybe not like public, but like when we're all like talking.
Okay.
Like when we were, the only thing I remember is like we were at the casino and I won a bit of money and we were all cheersing. It was in the vlog. We were all cheersing and then Graham goes, "Love you, Mom." Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
How does this friend group, how does connection play into your life?
What do you mean? Like
you know, just in general, like how
they're my family. Yeah. Actually. Yeah. We've all grown up together, which I think is super important. Like I don't realize how long we've been friends. Like some of us have been friends since junior high.
Wow.
Yeah, like Tony and Jaden, they both went to St. T's too.
Oh right, yeah, I always forget that.
Yeah.
We go way.
Like we all go way back.
Way back. Right?
And we're getting older and older, and you're like, oh my god, we've almost been friends for like 10 years.
Right.
So it has really grown into being my family. Like we. We'll plan, I think last year we did an Easter dinner together, all of us.
Oh, really?
And like me
That's
and my
awesome.
girlfriend Callie, we cooked for the boys and I made pho actually.
Yeah.
And it was good. We all cooked and we ate together and
That's awesome.
It was really cute. And like they're close with my parents, like my parents know them. They also call my parents mom and dad kind of thing.
That's awesome. Just really tight, right?
Yeah.
And then Callie, I did remember. I think I've seen her at the gym sometimes.
Yeah.
I say hi, but I remember you guys in Halloween. You guys are just very similar.
Oh my god!
Do you get that a lot?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And like the crazy thing is too is that like our dads are best friends from Peace River.
Really?
Yeah. So they met each other when
Way
they were
back.
5, and they were friends for whatever. And then my dad moved here with his family, I think, in high school. And then his other 2 friends, so Callie's dad and then my other uncle, he moved here during university. And then they've been friends ever since. And then my dad had me, Chris had Callie, and then and then we had my brother. And then they had a boy. And then they had a daughter. But we didn't have another one, so...
You have to make a pact in the future, you know, to kind of to continue this.
Yeah, no, actually, like our families are very close, and yeah, I think it's because our dads were best friends. Like they raised us the same way, and I think that's why we have become like the same fucking person. Like it's actually creepy sometimes.
There's this belief that I have that nothing worth having comes easy, right? And when it comes to relationships, it's tough, you know, like you become friends with, even with, you know, your friends, say your mom now, and even when you see that in family, you spend enough time with them, there are going to be differences, right? There are going to be some arguments, and it's how you kind of find a solution to that. So how do you kind of go about kind of altercations like that? Because to have relationships that extend that long, the Sulit family, they seem to do something right.
I'm a very forgiving person. I don't like to, well, I do hold grudges, it's a lie, but like everybody does. But when it comes to people that are very, very important to me, I kind of put it behind me. And I'm not saying that I totally forgive them.
You don't forget it, right?
I don't forget it.
You know, you work
on it. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
And, you know, there's times where these guys piss me off. Like, 90% of the time they piss me off. But they don't do anything bad enough or say anything bad enough to make me, like, actually cut them off completely. Because, like,
That's fair.
At that point, it's like, you guys are stuck. I'm
Yeah.
stuck. You're stuck.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
going anywhere.
It's a mutual suffering.
Yeah, mutual. And like,
Right.
I don't know. It's just because we've been friends for so long. You kind of, you forgive a little easier than.
But then again, though, what if they take advantage of your kindness, right? Because you could forgive someone over and over and over. You put in so much effort, or like then it's like, I don't know, you can't forgive the whole time.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Yeah.
I'm very open with them. If something bothers me, I tell them, and usually it's fixed. It's not.
Yeah.
Like they're not, okay, this is going to be funny. They're not repeat offenders.
Repeat offenders.
No,
I like that.
They're good. And you know, there's sometimes where, like, I know you know Tony.
Love Tony.
I
That
love
guy,
Tony.
actually, I want that guy on the podcast.
Oh my
these
God,
days.
I'll tell him.
Yeah, do it. No, I want to message him one of these days.
Yeah, you should. I'll tell him you said that.
Yeah, please.
But he's one of my closest friends, and you know, like, for a long time in like high school and stuff, he was so annoying. Oh my God. But I loved him, you know, like I'm like, oh, I just can't stand you right now.
Sibling love.
Yeah.
It's like you've seen them so many times. Right.
Yeah, but he's grown up a lot, and he's less annoying.
That's what I've heard.
He pays people back, which is important.
There we go.
Yeah. That was a big one for me. I hated that. He would always ask for rides, and he would never pay you.
Not reciprocal.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
It doesn't sound reciprocated.
It was annoying. But now he's hit a point where I was like, I'm not fucking driving you. Like, I'm not doing it.
Tough love.
I'm so happy that you're having a fun time, but I'm not picking you up.
There we go.
Like, I can't do it anymore.
Put your foot down.
I do. And it turned into, okay, I have a job, I can pay you, and he transfers me before, and then I'll
That's
drive
awesome.
him. So
you see, it seems to be a pattern. You're like a person that really seems to really care about people.
Oh, I do.
Now, sometimes you run into the problem where you put other people first than yourself? Does that ever happen?
Yeah, I would say so. I do. I give a lot.
Yeah.
And you know, like, I don't expect anything in return. I actually
It's a great mindset.
I hate when people try and give me stuff or like pay me most of the time, but like when.
How come? Like, it's just you don't feel like you.
I just feel like, well, it's not that I feel like I'm not deserving. I don't know. I don't like taking people's money.
Yeah.
Like the other day, my Declan was like, "What's your e-transfer?" I was like, "Why?"
Yeah.
I wouldn't give it to him.
Right.
And then eventually I broke it. I gave it to him. He transferred me for like all the free haircuts I used to give him.
Wow.
And, like all the tips that he was like, "Oh, I only tipped you this much. Like, I wanted to pay back. Like, I know you're not working that much right now." And I was like, "Okay, well, that was a lot of money you didn't need to give me."
Is it just because you're grateful for kind of? Is it the mindset where you're content, right?
Yeah.
And when people give you stuff, you kind of feel wrong because you have so much.
Well, yeah, I think it is that pretty much because I'm spoiled, like
a little bit,
like very much. I'm not even a little bit spoiled. I'm so spoiled. So I don't like to take other people's money or whatever. Like, I give my friends free haircuts most of the time. Like, the only reason why I wouldn't is because like my workplace doesn't really like when I do it at home. I'll still do it. Like, especially if people are desperate for a haircut, I'm not going to say no. And I'm also not going to charge them. If they choose to give me money, that's fine. But, like, I'm not expecting to get paid.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you like to give without expecting anything back?
Yeah, no.
So how did you come about that? I mean, that doesn't sound natural. Like, to me, like, I give someone, and especially now it's better because I kind of actively worked towards that.
Yeah.
But how did that come about? Like, core memory? Or?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I've just always been like that. Like, even in high school when people asked for rides, I would just...
Yeah, you give me a ride all the time.
I know, I would just willingly do that for people.
It's great.
But it's also, like, people that I care about, right?
Of course, just
like
not random strangers.
No, not a random stranger. If you're gonna freaking rip me off or something...
Yeah, of course.
Like, you're gonna pay. But, like, for my people, I will walk the face of the earth. Like, I will do everything.
Catch a grenade, walk on glass.
Yeah, I'll do anything for my friends.
You'd go through torture and never tell them where Tony is.
No. I don't know where he is.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. So for a person that's going through hair right now, right? Let's say their parents are doubting them, they're even doubting themselves, right? What advice would you give to them? Or even a person that wants to kind of go for it, right? Go for what they really want to do, whether it be hair, whether it be music, right? What would you say to them?
I would say if it scares you, just do it. It's honestly, I think it's important to do things that scare you, and also, like, what are the chances it doesn't work out? They could be high, they could be low. Either way, you tried, and that's super important. Like, for me, I still don't make that much money, I won't lie. And, like, it's tough. But I love it, exactly. Good. And that's why my parents told me, like, hey, I don't want you to do this. I don't think it'd be good for you. You won't make money. But if you work really hard and you like what you do, the money will come after.
Makes me want to drop out. I do enjoy school.
Drop out of school right now.
Podcaster. Drop out of school.
Drop out of school right now.
You don't need education.
No, fuck the education system. You don't need it. Just kidding.
That's great. I'm super glad that you've found kind of you don't go for the money, and while money will come, I know for sure you can scale it up. And do you have any plans of kind of having your own business and doing your own hair?
I think one day I will. Right now, actually, my mom is redoing our basement, and she put a little spot down there for me to do at-home haircuts. So, one day I will get there. It's just right now, because you have to be licensed. Right. Hairstyling is a trade in Alberta, that you need your license to open a business, and you need to do the apprenticeship. So I'm almost finished that, and then technically I can open a business. I actually was thinking of asking one of my cousins, he also is self-taught barbering in his basement. So I was maybe thinking of asking him if he wanted to start something, but...
That'd be great. I think you could brand it to maybe a Sulit so-and-so. Yeah. You know, Sulit means lucky. I told you that in high school.
No, you didn't.
You have the same reaction each time.
No,
let me just double check.
Pull it up, because if that's serious, then I have to tell you some stories.
Let me take that look.
Because if that's serious,
I told you in high school.
I don't remember.
The exact from Google Translate, it says worth it.
Worth it?
Worth it. What is a Filipino nickname from Sulit? Various languages meaning test, remittance. What is Sulit? Yeah, I think it means good value. Yeah, that's...
Which is basically lucky?
Basically lucky. Yeah.
Okay.
Worth
that's
it,
so funny.
That's so worth it. That's so lucky. Yeah, you could... They're interchangeable.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, so...
That's so funny,
So what are the stories?
Well, last year, my grandpa passed away. And then
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm moved on.
I think I talked to you about that. Yeah. You were cutting hair at the U of A.
Yeah. So he passed, but that same month my mom actually won the lottery. Or not the big lottery, but it was the Oilers 50-50. No.
No, you told me about it. Yeah. Right.
So it's just funny, and I've had a lot of luck at the casino too, which is so bad. But I won $2,000 last month at the River Cree. And a year before that, I won $4,000 at the River Cree.
You're Sulit.
Yeah. So it's funny that you said that, because everyone's like, God, you're just so lucky. I don't understand.
You're pretty lucky. I can feel the vibes.
Yeah.
I feel the lucky energy.
Here, I'll give you some. Give me your hand.
Give me that.
Just
maybe I should go to the I've never gambled.
What?
Not $1.
No.
Yeah, no, I'm all
don't
about.
Get into
I'm all about long-term, right? Run and nothing. See, I'm a believer of nothing in life is by chance, right? Even you winning that thing, and even your mom. Yeah. That wasn't by lucky. That wasn't luck. That was because it was meant to happen. Yeah. Yeah, you deserve it. Because it's just. I think with the world, it's just I'm very spiritual, so I see that with people like you. You deserve it. Aww. Yeah, you deserve stuff like that, Jordan. Thanks. And I think one day, when you start a business, you let everyone know. I'll let everyone know, and it's gonna cause. I feel like you're also very good at networking too.
Yeah,
So,
I would say so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I talk to a lot of people.
So you need to get that business underway, in like under maybe 2 years at the most,
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see. I want to work with this company just a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Just kind of feel it out because, like, my clientele is good, don't get me wrong, but it's not good enough to make more money instead of, like, breaking even.
But that's kind of what they're scared of, right?
That's true.
Yeah, like, you get enough clients. So what's an incentive for you not to do that?
What's an incentive?
Or I guess the building, of course. Is there, like, did they make you sign anything?
Well, like, yeah. You'd have to, like, actually file for a business, whatever. I don't know how it actually works, because, like, there's a whole different, like, tax thing that you have to do. You have to be good at bookkeeping, which I'm okay at, because I did do bookkeeping. And then...
Everything happens for a reason.
I know.
There it is, yeah.
And then there's also, like, you're paying for water, electricity, all these things. And I did do a breakdown recently of how much it would be to, like... do this and how much I would have to make a day. But because I only work 2 days right now and I have these clients, I don't know if it would work in my favor yet. So I'm just waiting a little bit longer to like network a little bit more. I'm really working on my social media. It's very important to my hair career.
I'll give you a shout out after this.
Yeah.
Promote it. I think a lot of people do listen to this.
Yeah, I know. You have like 100 subscribers. I'm so scared.
Mr. Boyne.
Mr.
Shout out
Boyne.
to Boyne. Shout out to Mr. Boyne. Oh man,
yeah,
great
no.
teacher.
That's so funny also. Maybe.
But for those listening, I ran into a teacher of ours from grade 7 who used to teach us math and science. And he said he tunes in sometimes, So if you're listening, Mr. Boyne, thank you. Shout out to you. You're one of the goats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're our favorite teacher in junior high.
Yeah. No, exactly. No, really, it's funny. Remember the crocodile tears? He's like, don't ask for retakes.
Oh yeah.
Don't give me those crocodile tears.
Yeah. No, I remember.
He'd actually told me that those crocodile tears, like those things like those, doesn't cut it after the pandemic now. Because apparently teaching after the pandemic is different, way different compared to before and after.
Yeah.
Like, because the kids these days differently. Something about the pandemic, COVID, isolation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So do you think every takes it?
I don't know. I didn't ask him that, but I bet you they probably do.
They probably do. They probably get. Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
I've noticed that when I coached volleyball after COVID, it was really hard. Just because they don't really give a shit, I guess. Which is like hard, when you're an athlete and you want to win and you're competitive.
Back in our day, people had spirit.
No, I know. That's like literally we were going hard,
Yeah,
and for you to be like coaching and trying to get these kids to do that, and then you just don't have that drive. You're like, what happened?
Like, why even try? Why are you here then?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's hard.
Yeah, no, you went through like a lot of concussions back then.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Lots of brain damage.
No, I'm gonna be planning a high school reunion. Got how many people? 341 people.
Are you gonna charge people? You have to.
I mean, it's gonna cost like $2-3 grand. Maybe not $5. Depends how much it costs, and I'll be upfront about it.
Wait, let's just see.
I'll be upfront about it.
How much is 5 times 300?
No, not.
That's like $1,500.
People, not 341 people are gonna show up.
Yeah, okay. I guess. I mean, it's like paying for a party bus, but you get a hall. So like.
But there are 341 high school kids from ABJ graduating 2019. Right?
Yes, you graduated 2019.
There's how many do you think would show up?
Honestly, our grade was so fun.
So fun.
Everyone was so nice to each other. Like our grad was really fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I feel like most people would attend.
Yeah, no, I'd
if they don't, they're a loser.
Exactly. I've told everyone. I
just told my group chat also.
Great. I'm gonna have it. It's gonna happen. Suits and stuff, dresses.
Yeah.
I'll be up there at the mic. Hello.
MC for the night.
How many of you are still vape addicts?
It's me.
No, I'm clean. It's 460 days.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I know.
That's really good.
I had a panic attack before it.
Like before quitting?
Yeah, like that's why I quit. Because I'm like so stressed out. And every time I get stressed out, I'm like...
Yeah.
And then I found like I started reflecting. I'm like, I've been a vape god since I was one of the pioneers. Oh no, I didn't start recording here.
Oh no.
That's okay.
Well, we have the camera.
I got the camera.
That's okay. That's
There we go.
messed up.
Yeah, no, I started vaping in, what's that called? Started vaping grade 10, grade 9?
Yeah, that's when I started. I think grade 9.
Yeah? That was before that it wasn't really cool.
Yeah, I had like a
right?
V8 stick.
Yeah.
Before it hit like the Salt Nick freaking breezes, it was like, oh, you have a vape to make cool clouds and stuff. Yeah. That's why I had it,
Do like O's.
Yeah. Oh my god, and the tornado, like.
Yeah, and you send videos to everyone, but you know what? I don't regret it.
No.
I think
my lungs regretted a little bit.
I think it's one of the most, like, I don't know, it taught me a lot. You know? like I'd be in the washroom, you know, and like a lot of guys would pass the vape around, or like at a party, and it's like, if you didn't, then those connections wouldn't be there.
Yeah, that's true. It's a social thing. For me, it's a big social thing.
Yeah, it made me very connected, very fulfilled. You know? I don't know.
You're like, oh, should I gonna relapse on the podcast?
Should I relapse
no.
on the podcast?
You want to hit us.
Do you?
Yeah.
No.
I'm kidding.
Maybe for the high school reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That and some cigars or something.
But what's it called? Before we had taken a break. Yeah. We had talked about volleyball, and we talked about. Didn't you get like 4 concussions?
Yeah.
Can you take me through that?
Okay, so I had a concussion in grade 10 because my coach kicked a volleyball at my head.
Wow.
Yeah.
How hard?
Pretty fucking hard, I guess. Like, I don't know. It hit me like side of the face. Like, I had a concussion, and then I got another one during volleyball because, see, like, the thing is, too, is, like, when I got these concussions, it was for the stupidest fucking reasons. It wasn't even like, oh, I got hit in a game. It was, like, always at practice, and it was always someone just being an idiot.
Being dumb? And it just, in the...
Yeah. Like, I remember I was in club, and so we practiced at a police center, or, like, the one downtown. They have a gym in there, and our coach was a police officer. So I went to that gym, and it has a track up top, okay? His daughter, like, someone, like, kicked the ball or whatever up onto the track. So she goes up there. She throws the ball down from the track, hits me in the head, and I got a concussion.
Is she trying to like, get to you? Or?
I guess. I don't know. Did she hate me? Probably. I don't know, but I got a concussion there. I had, and then I think the other 2 were from soccer, maybe? Or one of them was. I remember.
Phoenix.
No, I never played Phoenix.
No, I thought you did.
No, I played community because I was.
You were friends with all the Phoenix girls.
Yes, I was, and I played in high school, but I'm gonna play soccer again this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a Div 2 women's team.
Good for you.
With you know Jenna, right? Christopher.
Jenna, I think I've heard of her.
Her and Isaac. Yeah. Anyways, so Jenna and I played soccer together for so long, and yeah, we're gonna play again together.
Nice.
Which is so funny.
There's something about sports too, right? Like, it's just, even if you're not like playing like athlete level, right? It's just like so very good for you physically, very good for you emotionally. And you're actually working towards kind of scoring, right? And the communication
and just being on a team is so fun. I miss that about competitive sports. Like, you bond with people and you make really good friendships.
How does sports play into your life?
Right now, it doesn't.
Oh, in the
grand scheme of things, it's been very important. You know, like, it's helped me be a team player, obviously, with work and stuff. And it's also taught me a lot about myself and how competitive I am and how it pushes me to be better.
You just want to win?
I just want to win everything. I am the winner.
Right, that's fair.
But, yeah, no, it's... And then also with coaching, to like, I tried to coach to stay in the game, which was really fun. And I feel fulfilled when I teach someone something and they understand it and they can do it. So that was really fun. And it plays into my life right now because after I finish getting my license, I might start educating at the school that I went to. Yeah.
So that's another gig.
Yeah, so like if I don't open up my own business, then like the academy stays like relatively busy and they need instructors. I'm hoping to be that for them and make.
You're a great teacher.
Thank you.
Yeah, I actually learned a lot. I won't ever forget cuticles.
Yeah, no, you can never forget cuticles.
It's the most important thing.
Yeah, and like everything that you learn in hair school is very like it's not hard. Like the hardest thing you'll learn is like there's a lesson on microbiology.
That's subjective though, because like you really enjoy it from what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
But a person that goes into it because they're they wouldn't want to. Like,
I guess that's true. But I mean, in the sense of like because I went to high school and I did like Chem 30, Physics 30, and Bio 30. Doing those lessons in hair school was just like a breeze. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
fair.
It's like the bare minimum of like what there is in sciences or whatever. So
that's fair.
But I guess I have a huge brain or something. I guess.
No, you were actually pretty smart in high school, from what I remember. I had like a couple classes with you. You were doing all right. I mean, you'd come into class like crying sometimes.
Yeah, because I failed. Especially, I dropped out of what was it, math 30, because I had it last semester.
Dash one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it last semester, and I was failing in the first like 2 months. I was like, fuck it, I don't need it.
Did you actually study though? Like, did you actually
Yes, I studied, but it just was not reciprocating.
Were you on Snap? Like, you know, were you actually studying? Like, or were you on Snap like half the time and then talking to people and driving kids? 'Cause I feel like when people say that in high school, did you actually study? Because see, I tell people like in high school, I tell people I studied, but really studying for me was like playing video games, you know, and then studying for 5 minutes in video games and Snap, and then while I'm doing that, scrolling through TikTok, scrolling through Snap.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was pretty diligent but not with math. To be fair, math was like my worst subject, and I did not like it at all.
But you always had your chem homework done. I remember that.
I know, because I study and I do my work.
Yeah, you always, like, I remember you were actually getting mad at me, like, Gavin, don't stop copying my stuff all the time. Like, I'd show up, like, Jordan, please, just one time.
That was, like, the best class ever.
That was great.
That was so fun.
We had Mason, Adam, you, Jen.
Jen,
Have you talked to Jen lately?
Yeah, I saw her. She's good. She's doing her teaching degree also, I think, and I saw her at Concordia to watch Bryce's game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was very, very sweet girl. Remember, you know.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Oh my God, guys.
Yeah, she's good.
She's so funny.
And then who else was in that class? Christina.
Christina.
I think Ireland was in that class.
Ireland. Yeah. I still talk to. I see Christina here and there.
Yeah.
And then Ireland. I think she's doing nursing in Slave Lake now.
Oh, Slave Lake.
Yeah, she's a full nurse, so she tells me all these stories. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Morgan Early was there, but she was never in class. Do you remember that?
She'd walk into class. And
like so late all the time.
Guys,
sorry guys, I went to go get my lashes done.
I had work. She'd walk in all distressed.
Yeah, and then Mr. Nay would pick on her all the time. Yeah.
Mr. Nay. It's crazy just looking back how time flies. Hey, and now we're here. We're actually like, you realize that after high school that life, like we were so privileged.
Oh yeah.
Like, could you imagine just like just every day we go to class, right? Or we go to school, we see people, and then we see more people and more people. Because now you actually have to plan stuff. You know, people are busy.
People have lives.
Yeah, people have lives. Yeah. But then when you're in high school, like when people say like, you know, really stay in the moment, stay in school in high school, because after high school, you know, it gets a lot harder. Nobody really internalizes that.
Yeah, no.
Right?
They don't.
I certainly don't up until you know, you look back and like, wow, those are like some good times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
seriously.
Yeah.
And like like it wasn't cool in high school or anything, and I didn't like.
Yeah, you were pretty cool. I thought you were cool.
Thanks, Advin. I think you were the only one who thought I was.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
A
I'm
lot
kidding.
of people did. No, we got invited to parties. What do you mean?
Yeah, we did
You
get
hosted...
it. Yeah, but I'm saying like I got invited to parties, but I never like went.
What,
to
you didn't do
parties.
hard drugs? Like you didn't?
Yeah, I
what
didn't. I wasn't
like,
I don't know.
what do you mean by you weren't cool?
I felt like I wasn't in that popular like, oh, I'm a hockey boy or.
Just because you weren't kings. We had our own group, you know.
I guess.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt
because
like...
they were like the group, but they were in their own kind of. It was very cliquey. That was like
yeah,
the cliquey side of
I think
like
that's what
high
it is.
school. But
Yeah.
everybody else, like
Yeah.
Emil, like even me, you,
Yeah.
like we all kind of all got along.
That's
right?
true. We
Yeah,
never had
yeah.
any like.
There was never like barriers. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there was those two groups of like the girls and
Yeah.
the guys that were like
Yeah.
elites or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, I don't really. I talked to some of them. Some of them
I
were
don't
very
talk to-
nice.
I've never
right?
talked to them.
Yeah, but like, you know, you could kind of just tell like, oh, they thought they were better. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Like, you know what? Some of them right now, it was the peak.
Yeah, no, seriously.
No, really. Like some, it's crazy how like I thought I never really got what peaked in high school meant. Up
Yeah.
until now, we're in our 20s.
Yeah.
You believe that?
Oh, don't even get me started on you.
And now you're looking back, right, and you realize just some people like really peaked.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, it's not that it makes me happy. No,
It makes me fulfilled in life to know that
that's
other people.
that's why I wake up every single
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's crazy though. But I wanna focus on like the good times too. What are your favorite memories?
My favorite memories.
Yeah.
Well, like we said, it was Chem 20.
Chem 20 was great.
Because Mr. Nay let us leave. We were like,
whatever.
oh, can we go to Booster Juice? He was like, no.
Mm-hmm.
But you can all go to the bathroom. So then we all just like grabbed our shit and left. And we were driving and I think it was me driving and then...
Yeah. No, Adam was driving.
Oh, so Adam drove and I also drove.
And then we were passing the
we were
vape.
passing the vape like
How
through the window.
dangerous was that? Yeah.
I have videos of it passing
it's
it through
crazy.
the window while we were driving.
Went to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, we went to 7-Eleven and then we came back and we were dancing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Morgan Early showed up because she was late for class.
Yeah,
and she was trying to find a
remember
spot.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, that was a good one.
That's good times. Eh? Now you look back and while those times are great, right? Like it's really being in the moment. Like, right now is all we've got.
Yeah.
Right? Like when we were kids, when we were like teenagers, that was all we knew.
Yeah.
And then now we're adults, and now we just later on we're gonna talk about now. You know, we're gonna be like, I remember when we did a podcast together. And we did all these things, and well, it's. Do you ever stay in the moment? Or do you,
I try to stay in the moment, but I do reminisce on like.
I do too, all the time.
Not necessarily high school, but even just like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Or like sometimes this is gonna sound bad, but like during COVID, there was a time where like no one was seeing anyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we would all just go on Discord, my friend group, and we just drink and play games.
I heard about
like,
that.
all night.
I came by one time or another.
Oh yeah, and then we did the PowerPoint thing.
Oh jeez.
Oh man, and like I don't know why it was just so fun to like not have any responsibility. I guess like maybe that's why.
When you're a kid, like responsibility just feels heavy. Like even
Yeah.
right now, like as we're talking, like when you're talking to people, it's like you still feel that kind of that burden.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh, I gotta pay stuff. I
Yeah.
gotta gas and food
and
and it's just like, but when you're no responsibilities,
Yeah.
right, you feel free.
Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah.
I wish that it was like that
Yeah.
forever, but we grow up.
Yeah, but we all just gotta grow up, right?
Yeah.
And while if we made that last though, it would ultimately result in catastrophe, right?
Yeah.
Like if you kind of
that's
stayed in
true.
that state, like if you just did that all the time,
Yeah.
people would kind of like
Yeah.
leave you behind at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah.
As much as you want to be there for people and you want to be their friends, if they're not doing anything,
Yeah.
then like you'll get left behind.
Yeah.
Right.
If no one's growing, everyone's
Yeah.
in the same spot.
Because I seen that sometimes. There's some of the friends that I I used to be super great friends with, and they just never grew up, you know, or just like, maybe it's not that, maybe we just like have different values now, maybe we, I don't know, for whatever reason, like we just don't click anymore. And well, it's like when you interact with them back then, now it's like something's different. Now,
it feels
right?
weird.
And then you just kind of slowly maybe no altercation really happened, but then I kind of look back on those friendships, and I do like have a smile on my face sometimes when I get a memory on Snapchat, and I'm like, those are good times, you know. But now then you can't help but wonder, you know, what changed.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like, I have this, you know, Morgan Spazia?
Yeah, no, she was.
Yeah, so she and I were like really, really good friends, and like especially during COVID, she was like very. We bonded. We were very close.
Isn't she traveling everywhere now?
Yeah, so she's in Japan.
Wow.
Living in Japan.
Living?
Yeah.
What's she doing there?
She's working at a ski hill.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But I get memories of her all the time, and I text her all the time too, just to like check in and whatever. But it's different. It feels like a part of me is in freaking Japan.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, right? Like memories that you guys shared.
Yeah.
It's already been realized. Like it's happened, and that's. Looking back onto that, that's like, it puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, it does.
And now it's just different, right?
Yeah, it is, because every time she comes back, it feels the same, and then she leaves, and then you're like, oh.
She come back a lot?
Because she moved to Kelowna, or she moved to Vernon before she went to Japan, so she was living there for a couple of years, and she would come back, like, I don't know, sometimes in the summer for a little bit, like, it would always be, like, a week trip or something.
Right.
But we'd spend, like, every day together pretty much when she was back. Within that week, I would try and see her every day. But yeah, she was in Japan, and I'm not sure when she's coming back yet. Yeah, I can't remember.
But then those friends, though, it's just the way you still, that's the beauty of social media, right? Because you just get to check in on them, you get to see how they're doing, and while you miss them, you know, it's just, maybe they'll come back, maybe they won't, right? And it's just kind of that mystery, right? Where it's like, are we still gonna be hanging out? You know, when you do come back, it's like, I feel that. I know with Charlie, like Charlie, you know, Charlie's within your friend group, right? He's
I miss Charlie so much.
He was my first friend, like one of my first friends who actually like took a liking to me when I moved to Canada when I was 9. Yeah. And just, you know, we in grade elementary were super good friends, in middle school, and then in high school, you know, we. Like near the end, we were kind of a little bit drifting, and only recently, kind of we stay in touch, but like it's like coffee like every 3 months, you know. Yeah. It's like it's a different dynamic now compared to like elementary. Yeah. And while change is good, it's also kind of, you know, makes you sad.
Yeah,
you know?
It does.
Yeah.
I know.
You're scared of change?
Oh, I hate change. Well, not hate it, but I don't like things changing very much. It just takes some adjusting, but. I eventually get over it, and I adapt to whatever it is now. Like, for example, I have a good friend of mine, Jenna. We used to see each other all the time. Like, we were really good friends in high school. I would go out with her, like, her friend groups and stuff. And then, you know, as we got older, we kind of don't see each other as often. Like, I've seen her probably twice this year now, which is more than I saw her last year. I think I saw her once last year. But we still talk every day and like try and give each other updates and stuff. But it's just, it's not the same as when we were younger.
No, it's not. Yeah. And like, I feel like life, I think that's kind of the conclusion that I've kind of gone down to. Because even with the interactions with our parents, right? Back when we were in elementary, the way we talked, we interacted versus high school versus now. Yeah. It's so different. It right? Is. Yeah. And it's like, I feel like it's like that with friendships too, where you like. Yeah. You kind of either grow together or grow apart, or like when you do grow together, there's changes and you gotta adjust, and it's like, it's different each time. Yeah. That's why I value pictures so much. Yeah. Like, I think that's why, like, why do you vlog?
Why do I vlog? For the memories? No, exactly, of course.
Right? Yeah. And you look back and it's like, it's sad sometimes. You know, seeing that, You ever watch your own videos?
All the time. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I'm not like just watching my own videos by myself, but like, when I'm with my group of friends, sometimes we'll just sit there and we'll watch all of them to like relive those memories.
Of course, and it just resurfaces back, right?
Yeah.
Or like when you're just sitting down and like you've talked a little bit with your friend, and you just show them like a random picture from 5 years ago. You guys just are catapulted back into that time.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel so bad for the people that even before 2000, where like pictures weren't really as prevalent.
Yeah.
Now it's like, look at this, like we have so much footage, right?
I know.
So much, and it's like that's the beauty of just social media and just photos and videos, right? So I feel like in this day and age too, people focus too much on negativity, I find. Like I find that like I hear too much about like too much social media use, screen time, but like there's so much beauty in it.
There is, and like some of it is educational too. Like
True.
I learn a lot of stuff off of TikTok.
I do.
Not like just everyday stuff, but I mean like hair stuff.
Yeah.
Like everyone uses TikTok, and like they just post their techniques. They post like their formulas, and you're like, oh my god, this is awesome.
I was actually listening to Alyssa's podcast. She just released one.
20-something
girl, shout out. She actually really inspired me.
Yeah.
But like, same thing with the guest that was on the podcast.
Sophia.
Sophia.
Yeah.
She's like a mom, and she like scrolls through TikTok and like derives so much information. So even then, there's always something for everyone on social media.
Yeah, that algorithm is crazy.
It's great.
It is.
Right? It just opens you up to so many things.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, though, you can get addicted.
Oh, I'm so addicted to TikTok.
I find checking my phone like so many times sometimes. Even when I don't get a notification.
I know. I do too.
Yeah.
It's attached to me.
Compulsive.
Right? But I also need mine for work, so it's kind of hard to have that like no phone balance with like everything, because I am constantly like editing videos and editing photos and making captions for my social media. Post every single day. Try and get footage. I'm always recording stuff. So.
Do you feel depleted at all though with doing so much hair stuff, with putting out the videos, putting out the photos, and do you ever have to take a break sometimes?
Yeah, I do. It does get to be a lot when like, because I post every day and I don't always take pictures of my clients just because I forget or I'm super busy or whatever. I find myself like reusing photos, and that just gets annoying, and then having to like edit videos sometimes is just draining after you've worked like a really long day and you're not like you just don't even want to do anything, honestly. You just want to lay down and you're like,
just relax and just turn off and focus on right now.
Yes, right, I just want to lay in my bed and not speak to anyone or do anything, because it can be draining too. I'm an empath, I guess. I feel what other people feel, and if someone in my chair is like
fucking crying.
If someone is having a bad day, it immediately is like I am having a bad day now. It's emotionally draining, and so sometimes I'll just go home and be like, I don't want to see anyone. I just want to lay down.
That's good. It's good to have that you time. Right? When you have your you time, what do you usually do?
Watch TikToks.
Yeah.
Yes. I watch TikToks, and also just like maybe watch Modern Family for the 10th time.
Yeah, no, I love those shows where it's like you don't really need much like brain power to just like watch them.
It's just like, on.
Just on, and it's like it's peaceful.
Yeah.
In a way, right? And you feel
it's comforting.
It's comforting.
Yeah.
Very comforting. Yeah.
Yeah, I get like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all I do, and I make food.
Yeah.
I'll cook myself.
You a big chef?
No. My staple is ramen noodles.
Really? Like actually authentic?
No.
Like the
packet.
Right.
But I elevate it, okay? So you put an egg in there.
Right.
I put bok choy. And corn and
okay, so it's sophisticated.
Yeah, like it's elevated,
Right.
It's not just the packet. And then sometimes if I have like whatever meat I have in the fridge, whether it's like pork or chicken or whatever, I'll throw that in there too.
Wow.
That's my staple. It's really good.
Sounds delicious. You'll have to make me one of these
days. Yeah, I will
one
day.
Yeah.
Oh, and kimchi too. Kimchi in there.
Kimchi?
Yeah.
I heard it's really good for probiotics.
It is.
Yeah. Like the gut health, right? Yeah.
I made yogurt too.
Yeah?
Like with probiotics.
From scratch?
Yeah.
Wow. So can you
with
tell
my
me
dad.
Can you give me the process for that?
So you buy the bacteria that you need.
You buy bacteria.
No, seriously, like because yogurt has bacteria in it.
Crazy.
And then you buy these
Right.
supplement things that the bacteria needs to eat, so that
Like you buy bacteria.
Yeah, you buy the bacteria.
The food for the bacteria.
Yeah, you buy like.
Or else they die.
It's yeah.
Okay.
And then you take heavy cream, like heavy cream. I don't
Heavy
know what it's
cream.
called.
Right.
Or half and half or whatever. You put it in a jar and then you sous vide it at 100 degrees for like 36 hours. And then you have yogurt. And then you can make more yogurt by like taking a spoon of that yogurt and then adding the, because it has the bacteria in it.
Right.
So you can just like keep making yogurt. It's really good for your stomach health.
That's amazing.
My dad does a lot of YouTubing.
Does he?
Yeah, like he watches a lot of YouTube.
Okay.
A lot of YouTube videos about gut health and like stuff like that.
So you probably hear a lot about it.
Yeah, I do.
Kimchi,
yogurt,
what
lots
else?
of probiotics.
What else is good for probiotics?
I don't know any other than
Those
those two.
Those two are big.
Yeah,
And
those are like the biggest
easiest
ones.
ways. Yeah, I
Kombucha.
kombucha. Yeah. Put in little soups they got too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to Walmart and I started implementing kimchi into my diet, but it's just sometimes the taste is just you know, it's like, does it actually taste good though? Like
I like the
do
taste
people
of kimchi.
Really? Really? Is it like an acquired taste? Because I know for beer, right?
Yeah.
Even for green tea, it's an acquired taste.
Yeah, I think it is a little bit of an acquired taste. Like if you like the spicier, like because it's kind of sour, I guess. Like the kimchi, I would say. Sometimes I can eat it on its own, but most of the time I'll just eat it with like something. I have to eat it with something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would say it's an acquired taste.
Rice. Yeah. You have a lot of rice.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been recently
Right.
because I'm not at home right now, so I don't eat as much rice anymore.
Fair. Yeah, where are you chilling at now?
My cousin's place in the south side. Yeah.
Is it close to work?
Yeah. It's like 10 minutes from my work.
Oh wow, convenient.
Yeah.
But then like the drive to Sherwood Park.
Yeah, that kind of
not that bad,
sucks.
yeah.
It's like a Henday drive. It's not too bad. The only thing is that my mom wants to hang out like every day. So she asks me to drive to Sherwood Park like every day.
You need to the family, right? It's like,
Yeah.
sometimes you're like, should I even be lit? Like, you know, you come back to Sherwood Park so many times.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
So I've actually, it sounds kind of weird, but I've never been outside. Like I've never lived outside my house. You know, I've always just been.
I know.
Yeah. What's that like?
Honestly, it's good, but it's only good because I'm not paying bills.
Oh yeah. Oh, you don't pay bills to the cousin's house?
No, because I'm only staying there for like a month or two while the renovations are being done.
Right.
So my cousin
Oh, like
was
from
like,
your house? There's renovations?
Yeah.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah. So like I only stay there for. Sorry.
It's all good.
My mom's calling me. Yeah. So I'm only staying there for a little bit, but I pay for my own food and stuff. But I'm not paying like rent for a month or two because she's like, whatever. You're only here for a little bit, so I just buy them food and stuff. But it's good. Like I get to cook and I get to clean and like I have my own space and my own room. Independence.
Right.
Except my mom calls me like every day.
That's awesome,
around
though.
this time.
I've been kind of. I lose that habit sometimes, but I just went to Australia and spent like I haven't seen my mom in 5 years, but like it's good to call your mom, you know, see how your mom's doing because you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
People come and go, and just you gotta really appreciate people for when they are around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think. What are we at? Yeah, no, I think it's coming up, and it's been a long time, Jordan.
Yeah, we just talked for a really long
it's
time.
crazy. I just want to say, I appreciate you as a person, and that you've given me so much knowledge on hair, and it was just a conversation.
Yeah,
and it's just usually how we talk.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for having me.
You're gonna do great in hair, and one day if your business pops off, right? I I hear all about it, and I want to promote you, and I want to make sure you're doing well, and I know you're gonna do well. It's just a matter of time. Yeah, it's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
And when you're gonna actually fully make it, be a millionaire, and have your own product, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We're still young, so.
We've got a whole
life ahead of us.
Decades.
Yeah.
Even maybe centuries now, because with modern medicine, right, and all these products coming
forever.
Out. Probiotics.
Probiotics. All that kimchi I'm eating, it's gonna make me live forever.
But yeah, as always, everyone, if you're struggling out there, if you're feeling down, tune in and just keep it long term. And there's always a place for everyone here. If you ever want to come on, just let me know. Keep it long term.
Keep it long term. Nice.
There we go.